What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Dream Lab podcast. Listen, and welcome to Take Two Memorial Day edition, y'all. We are so elated that you decided to spend this next...
Elated, nigga?
Elated, is that right?
No, it's
That
fine.
was right.
Oh,
It's just I didn't expect it.
Oh, we're so elated that you decided to spend this next hour and 15 minutes with us.
It ain't gonna be that long.
Okay. We're so elated that you spent this time with us as we do this all again, because we love doing this, and this is the sacrifices that you make for one, somebody else's vision, and two, in what you believe in. So give yourselves a hand and then clap for us.
Come on, clap for us.
Clap, nigga. You in the back.
Yeah.
You with the pink lipstick that's watching. Tell them kids to be quiet so you can hear.
I didn't
Dream
even
Lab.
see her.
Yep, I see her now.
Yeah, I see her clapping.
And you need to sweep your living room.
Jesus
Put
Christ.
them pop cans up.
Come on now.
Crumbs.
Put them kids to sleep. Light a candle.
Crumbs.
Matter of fact, go boil some Fabuloso. Boil some Fabuloso.
Is that good? I heard that's
It
not.
works. The
I know it. Like it smells
like
great.
having the fumes. And
Yeah,
stuff.
is that healthy?
I'm pretty sure it's not. But you know, black people.
You know, we don't care.
I haven't. I've only
We don't
done it
care.
like twice though. I haven't done it like a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the type of person that when I clean my house, I like the smell of bleach.
Really?
I do.
You don't get a headache?
No, between bleach and pine salt, I love like that clean. My house has to smell like a recreational pool.
Oh,
No,
Chlorine
nigga.
back.
Yeah, I want. Listen, I don't want my house smelling like chlorine,
a
nigga.
hotel pool.
The Sheraton.
Think you on vacation going to this nigga house?
I love that bleach smell. But y'all, my name is Kevin, and I am your co-host, Rev Kev, better known on the Dream Lab podcast. Sister Chrissy B is not here. She's still vacationing.
Still vacationing.
Still
Get that
get,
girl,
and she
get
better
that
come back
time.
with a mean tan.
I mean, you better be brown
Golden,
skin,
honey.
girl.
you better
okay?
be my color. If not, I'm going to be
That's
pissed.
a bit extreme, don't you think? From where she
No,
started.
if she's in Kissimmee, Florida or Orlando, she needs to be out, Final Destination.
Wow.
Don't die though, but just you should be burnt.
Yeah,
out when you
Chrissy
come
B.
back.
No, we miss you. We're ready for you to get back. But oh wait, were you done? I didn't want to cut you
Yeah,
off.
go ahead. And this is our captain,
Hey, that's me.
our pilot,
Yep, I'm flying this ship.
Dre Perry on this mug. Dre
Yep,
Perry, could
yep.
you introduce who we have today?
I thought you were about to say, can you introduce yourself? I was about to be like, but you just did that.
That's him.
Yep, that's me. That's me. I'm Dre Perry. I'm the captain. This is episode 43 of the Dream Lab podcast. We're glad that you've tuned in. We hope that you subscribe, you like, you comment, all that good stuff. Today we have a special guest in place of Chrissy B. A very, very special guest. We have an incredible vocalist, artist, actress. She's an entertainer. We're gonna get into this.
She's
thing.
a philanthropist too.
Huh?
Come on,
She-
philanthropy.
She's a
gives back.
prophetess. She
Wait a
gives.
minute.
She gives back. It's stupid. She does. You do give back.
I do.
Yeah, no, for real, because this is the reason why we're calling this take two is because we recorded this episode a few days ago, and just mayhem happened, and so
We're back again.
we're back again. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Johdi in the building.
Hey everybody, how
That's the
y'all
audience.
doing?
That's the audience.
I love that. The crowd goes wild.
Crowd goes wild. Yo, that's how it sounds. Just
That's very
close
odd.
your eyes real quick and just think about that audience.
Oh yes, it's giving arena.
Huh? Ooh.
That's very ASMR. Love that.
Somebody at home like it too. They like,
Yeah.
ooh, do it again. Oh yeah. What did they call you by your full name? Kevin still work. Kevin.
Oh, not.
That'd be annoying as hell. So yes,
No,
we
mine
got,
gonna be like, nigga. I'm like, Diva.
hey, whatever. You know, at the end of the day, the audience is cheering. It's your concert.
Yes.
It's packed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you ever had that moment though?
I've had moments like that. I've been on big stages. Kevin been on big stages. We've been on big stages together. It's always just so surreal. Like,
Yeah.
even when we did Stevie, being up on that stage and literally it being a sold out arena,
That's crazy.
From that vantage point, it's like
so
it's
crazy.
insane.
I
On
did a
top
play.
of you singing like with the likes of like Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
But then it's like you got tens of thousands of people out there.
And some of them hollering your name.
Yeah.
No, because I was calling all y'all because
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't know, so I was just like, oh shit, there my people up there. So
Yeah.
I was just really excited for y'all. I think that's so incredible.
Yeah.
But
Appreciate it.
not just you singing behind people, but one day it's gonna be your show.
Yes, and that's what I thought about. I'm like, one day this will be me.
Yeah.
They will be here for me.
Absolutely. Just to feel that, just to think about that is like, it's a crazy feeling.
It's insane.
But you got to get your nervous system ready because it's happening.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's absolutely happening. I truly believe that for both of you. I think y'all are incredibly talented.
Nigga, you too.
Feeling you too.
But this is not about me right now.
Yes,
Can I
it
talk,
is.
Can I
It's
talk about y'all right now?
It's about all three of us.
But can I talk about y'all right now?
Yeah, but I'm gonna
Yes.
talk about you afterwards. So go ahead.
No, I think y'all are incredibly talented.
Thank you,
Just
bro.
from singing in that church and, like you said, singing behind these various artists and being
Yeah.
able to travel and being in different productions. You've been in productions.
Yeah.
So like we've been able to see so much like your gifts and talents range. Like to some people they can just sing.
Yeah.
But, like people like yourselves, you definitely have like what some would say the full package to where like, wow, they can act, they can sing, they can write, they can
Yeah.
arrange,
Yeah.
they can.
They have integrity. They have character.
Ooh.
They're nice
Now
to
let's
people.
get into the
Because that's
smile.
really what matters.
That's honestly what gets us
you
in the
door.
room.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's not my talent.
Yeah.
My talent has done a great work, but me being kind to people, people will remember that
Yes.
over how well you sung, and
Absolutely.
that's happened to me a
Being
lot.
professional.
Yeah,
I think we were talking about that the other day. I'd much rather work with somebody who's not as gifted, but their heart is in the right place.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can sing, but you some people are way up here and then they
Yeah.
act like it, and
Yes.
it's got that
Yes.
that weird spirit,
but
attitudes.
that's to be like a scary place. Like biblically, it talks about you not being humble. Like
yeah.
that comes before the fall.
Absolutely.
Like-
And I think it's also a fine line because I'm learning that you do gotta believe in yourself.
Very much so. There has to be a confidence.
Absolutely. And so I think some people like they kind of cross over and they kind of get to that cocky side because you want to be confident in yourself that what I'm doing is good, that I can do this, that
Yes.
I'm up for the challenge. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, some people cross over and it's kind of like, oh, I can do no wrong. I'm perfect.
Yes,
And it's just
I'm
like,
perfect. And
slow
there's
down, nigga.
nobody that can replace me. There's
Ooh.
nobody better. And then next thing you know, you're fired.
It's given very much so
Fired.
the devil, because that's what got him kicked out of heaven.
Huh?
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
I now know what spirit you have.
Lucifer.
You devilish Negro, you.
you devilish Negro, you. So no, Kev, Jody, y'all are like best friends. Like not like best friends. Y'all are best friends.
We are Wonder Twins.
Is that what y'all do when y'all see each other? Wonder Twins?
No, we be like, hey, V. I'm like, hey, V, what's
There's
up?
so many different greetings.
Yeah, because that's I gotta really get that word out of my vocabulary because you look through our thread. I pray nobody
it.
ever gets a hold of our threads.
Our
They'll
Mighty
be
chat
God.
like,
has to go to the grave.
it don't even be that we be talking about people. It's just the things that we
Just us.
say.
Would
Yeah.
you rather your photos get leaked or your group chat? And
I'ma
not
say the group
necessarily,
chat.
not necessarily
take
just
the
y'all
chat.
group chat, just in general.
No,
like
group
y'all
chat.
threads.
Well, because
Chat.
our group chats, we ain't saying nothing but the truth,
Yeah.
And-
So
and
a group
we-
chat.
Yeah,
We stand on anything in the
that's
chat.
true.
baby.
You can leak either one. Like I don't care.
I
For
don't
me,
want y'all to see my
I don't
pictures.
care.
Pictures, I'm gonna have to say
I don't
no.
care.
Well, I ain't got no like naked pictures, but I definitely take
I
like
do
gym pictures.
not care.
Y'all would be very blessed though.
Listen,
Listen,
it'd be topic of conversation. Somebody podcast to be talking about it.
y'all don't need to know me like that.
No, that's very true. But we're here to talk about music, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk about you as an artist real quick. I got a chance to hear some music that you're getting ready to release pretty soon. It just so happened we wasn't even in the studio for you. We was there for Kev.
Yes.
And then I heard some other music and I'm like, yo, these niggas is they killing it here. Like for real, for real. So let's talk about this project. What's the name of it?
Ooh, so I'm going to give you an exclusive. The name of the project is called "It's Not Me, It's You."
Hold on, let's sit in that.
I'm about to say, that's why I waited a minute.
You're
I'm like,
not gonna bypass that quick
Listen.
again. Let's take a deep breath. Let it out. It's not me. It's
It's not
you.
me, it's you.
That's some real nigga stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just got to be honest. And
Absolutely.
I think with this project, it's my most honest piece of work, my most transparent. I'm really just letting people in. So, yeah, it's not me, it's you. And it's my experience with my relationships, even me against myself sometimes.
So how is that then? Because you're writing, obviously. How is it like being able to be just open like that? Like, as an artist, you have to be very transparent. You have to like open up, and sometimes people are okay with singing and performing, but now I gotta like, you ain't got to, but you put your heart out there.
It's a very different experience for me personally, because when I first started, and even with my first EP, there were pieces of me in there, but I wasn't being as open as I feel like I'm being now. I'm a very private person. I'm very protective over myself, so I'm guarded. I don't let people in unless I trust you. I have my close friends, and that's about it. You know, the people that I love. But this is just me realizing that people relate. And that's how you're going to get the most out of your work.
Absolutely.
Is when you write from a real place.
Yeah.
Because there are people everywhere that are experiencing the same things as you. And I had to come to that with myself. I'm not in this alone.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not in this alone. The things that I'm experiencing, there are people everywhere experiencing these things. So I had to be honest with this. And that was the only way the music was going to work, because I knew what I was feeling. But it was just a matter of me trusting that and putting it on the paper, putting it on the track, singing it on the mic.
So with all of the singles and records you have out, what is your most vulnerable record? Because I'm going to tell you which one I think.
First of all, how many projects do you have out? Or
okay,
singles?
We have Stupid Girl, the EP, and then Johnny's dropped some amazing singles, Too Good, My Heart, 24 Hours, which is a classic Johdi record.
Yes.
Is that it?
Vibes.
Oh my God, yes, with Jazz.
Vibes with Jazz. That one is more sexy, which
Okay.
is a very big part of my, who I am. But also, I never wanted to be known as a sex symbol. I think for so many years, as a young artist, people, when they took me on, managers and whatever the case may be, they wanted me to automatically be presented in a sex symbol type of way, and that's probably why I'm not as far as people think I should be.
Right.
But I honestly, personally feel like that just wasn't my journey. So,
I'm glad it wasn't.
I took another route, and it took me a while to, like I said, get to where I am now, where I can just write about life.
I think that the sexy route for most is the easy route, right? Because like that's very external. But when you got to tap into who you are and tap into what you feel, like that takes some time, because you got to go through that journey. You got to meet people. You got to get your heart broken. You got to break some hearts. You got to go through whatever you got to go through to create this art. And so it's not just, I'm a sex symbol, I'm out there and I'm cute and y'all like what y'all see, but it's so much more to it. And I think that the artists that go within to really write and take their time.
Yes, absolutely.
Those are the timeless classics that we have even today from artists. Like, they tapped into a special place, or at least they were when they were singing it, even if they didn't write it. So I think that's really the way to go.
Yeah.
I mean, if you sexy or whatever, be sexy, right? But there's so much more.
There's so much more to, everything being about that. I think I've created a bit of a mystery for, the male gaze for them that I think they appreciate as well. Because I am naturally, I exude confidence and sexiness as a woman, but also there's mystery. Your mind is going to wander. You're not going to be able to just see it all right there in your face.
That's the way it should be, but sometimes we're exposed to a little too much, and then I think that's what sometimes in relationships it kind of affects, because you got so much sex around you, like even if it's not like actual sex, but related, it's so much, and so
the industry is oversaturated with sex.
Absolutely.
But then you got your real your true artists, like a Johdi, like a Jasmine Sullivan, Money Long, her, where it's like
I love her.
Me too.
I like, and my wife knows, like, I got a little crush on her too, but I think she's incredible.
She's amazing.
Gabby
she's
is
incredible,
and she's cute.
But her name is Gabby.
Her name is Gabby. Her real name is Gabby.
I don't know why. I
Gabby, like that's. I love calling Lizzo Melissa. Ooh, I love Melissa.
No, I saw a video of her singing recently. I'm like, oh, she can like.
Oh yeah, Lizzo can
Melissa?
actually blow.
I didn't know, like,
She can actually really
She
sing.
just doesn't have like that. What everybody would consider to be an industry voice. And to
Yeah.
me, that's what makes Lizzo special to me, because it's like this raw alto that'll be in somebody's Baptist church choir
yes.
is being 100%
That's what it
herself,
is.
and
Yeah.
it's working.
I mean, because it's almost like how you said, like, people are out there dealing with the same things. I think even with voice and style, like, there is so much more than what popular music pushes.
Yes.
So
Facts.
you can be exactly who you are. I read this somewhere or heard this somewhere. There's only like, I think, 13 different personas or like avatars, if they may have used that word, or personality types, right? Where there's not a whole lot. So if you are one of 13 or one of 20 and it's billions of people in the world, imagine how many people are just like you.
Exactly.
So it's like, why not tap into that? It's the easiest. It's who you are.
Yeah.
So why not tap into that so you can connect to your audience? Because trying to be somebody for other people, and that's not who you authentically are, you would just, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It'll kill you.
I lived
Absolutely.
that nightmare.
Yeah, and
But
you
I
gotta-
turned the lights on.
Come on.
I will never do that again. I actually, I did. I thought about that today. Just like, what would life be if I just didn't start embracing myself? Like, and that's the entirety of me. Like, I was driving to your house, Dre, and I was like, I really am in love with myself.
Yes.
Like, I'm in love with the person that
You
I've
should
become.
be. You
But
should
I
be.
wasn't, because I was so
Yeah.
busy trying to find myself because of what people wanted. Now it's like,
Isn't it interesting that we try to find ourselves when in reality we were always with ourselves? We just
Yeah.
got lost.
no, we were just misguided.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
never
very
really-
much misguided.
I never felt lost. I just
I
felt,
mean, if you're taken away from yourself,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
but
Like,
it
that's
just,
what I mean.
it felt more so, no, because some people do feel lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, it just felt like almost like a magnet. It's like, okay, y'all keep pulling me from this, then y'all let me go, and I keep getting drawn back to this. Y'all keep pulling me, keep getting drawn back to it. So it's like when you finally embrace, I am different. I am not like everybody else. My fingerprint is different from every person in the world. You just adapt to just being yourself. Okay, well, what do you like? Do
Yeah.
I like doing this? Do I like being around these people? Do I like going to the movies at 12 o'clock, or do I prefer 6 o'clock?
Bro, do you know how many times that I've stopped writing songs like midway?
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, this don't sound like...
Yes.
And it's just like, no, nigga, that's you. But it's like, I didn't talk myself out of it. And so now the songs are just on the shelf. And it's just like, we sitting here asking God for more music.
Yeah.
And God is like, I didn't give
He's
you
giving
albums.
them to you. Yeah.
Albums.
Yes.
That is so good, Dre.
Albums, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just like this. Yeah, this may not have gone to the audience that you thought it was going to go to. A lot of times it's never
It's
that.
never
Like, when
that.
you really walk in your authentic self, the people you thought was going to support you don't.
Yes.
Family
That's
members don't. Friends don't. People start acting. When you really operate in your authentic self,
Yes.
I think it then sheds the people who were connected to the inauthentic version of
Yes.
you.
The idea of who you are.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
not just who you truly are.
Yes.
And maybe you just expose them to themselves. Like, wow,
Yep.
they're being themselves and I'm not.
It makes people uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
When you choose to walk in your light, when you choose to walk in your confidence, be yourself, be who you are, unapologetically at that.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people, they don't take that too kindly. When you're unapologetically yourself, if you're around them and maybe your personality makes them feel small or makes
Yeah.
them feel uncomfortable or insecure or whatever it may be, and you don't have an apology for it, you make no apologies for who you are, that can make people run away from you.
Hey, but at the
Then
end
go
of the
to
day,
hell.
at the
I-
end of the day, what's the name of your project?
It's not me. It's you.
I'm sorry. You think that it's me that's no, it's you.
It's you.
It's really what's within you that's making you uncomfortable. And maybe my presence is shaking that up a little bit
Yeah,
within you.
absolutely.
So,
Question.
Mm-hmm.
So with us understanding that being 100% authentically yourself has probably been a journey for all of us, have you guys redefined what success looks like in your life and career now?
Whew. I'm telling you, I was just talking to somebody else about this the other day. My vision of what I thought I wanted my celebrity to be growing up, completely different. And it's not even just because of what I see happening, unfolding every day on social media with this industry, but it's just the mere idea that the people who I looked up to, I thought I wanted to be where they are. But you think about it, and that's not even, first of all, that's not even what the focus is when it comes to being truly happy. And I feel like for me now, I'm more focused on the art of it all and what it does for me, what the healing process is for me, because it helps me. It keeps me, going every day. It's that more so that's important to me than the being a celebrity, being famous, being in the public eye, being in the spotlight. That's so, all of that is just so, it's not what it's cracked up to be.
It's really not,
It's
especially
not.
now that we have access to these people and they're telling us their stories. When it comes down to being a celebrity, one of my biggest influences is Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Couldn't go anywhere.
No.
Anywhere. So that's just one aspect of the whole picture.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go to the grocery store, and you don't realize how much of that is like, no, I kind of want to keep that. Like, I plan on being, like, I ain't gonna say rich and famous, but rich.
Yeah, very wealthy.
And very wealthy and doing what I love to do.
Yes.
If it makes me famous, cool. But at the same time, I want to be able to go to the grocery store. I want to be able to meet people and them not act different because of who I am. And different things like that. And even when it comes down to the type of music and stuff like that. And I hope I wasn't interrupting.
No. You were piggybacking for sure.
I think that when it comes to type of music, especially for me, it was just like, okay, what do I see myself doing? Like, how do I see myself in the future performing, studio? Like, what songs do I want to do? What song would I be okay with singing every night on tour? Do that.
Yeah.
Don't do the stuff that they are saying, oh, you should do this and you should do that. And as I've grown up, I'm seeing like, okay, I'm going to do the things the way I want to do the things.
Yeah.
And only person that I really need to please is me when it comes to this. Cause
the life, yeah.
I mean, like at the end of the day, I just can't be somebody else for people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real.
What about you?
For me, success, I don't really want all of that stuff no more. Hear me clear. I don't want it. The biggest thing for me now, I want to become an influencer. Now, hear me when I say it. I'm not talking about somebody that goes and rates restaurants, which I love them because y'all inspire me.
They have their place.
Y'all do, and y'all inspire me to go eat, and I love the art of what you do. But for me, I want to be an influencer where I push you in two directions. One, a closer personal relationship with the Lord, and two, for you to be authentically 100% yourself.
Yeah.
I want people to encounter me wherever they are, and I influence them in two directions. One, closer to God, and two, being honest and real with themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of I don't want to say influence, a lot of people who are celebrities, they give us a representation of themselves.
Yes.
They don't give us the true, authentic version of them. I don't want to live that life. I do want to live a life of integrity and have great character. But when you look at Kevin Stewart's life, I want you to be influenced to live a better life for you and for you to want your own relationship with God. I've struggled with both of those subjects or matters within myself, with comparing my relationship to this person. Like, I don't pray like them. I don't speak in tongues like them. I don't fast like them, where I actually robbed myself of a relationship with God that I needed on my own. And for years, I spent time trying to be somebody else for y'all when I wasn't who I needed me to be.
Absolutely. And that's dangerous.
Yes.
It's almost like, though, and if that's the case, you're walking as just an entertainer, or like where it's just to entertain you, but then it's at my own expense, my own detriment.
People
and
pleasing.
So, and then when I'm gone, y'all moving on to the next person.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that's what happens when you die.
Yeah. They gonna celebrate.
Hell,
you.
we seen it.
Yeah.
We
constantly see it.
Me and Johnny was on the praise team with a beautiful, amazing woman. Her name was Vicky.
Yes.
Amazing talent. But in her death, I realized how, I think the word is invaluable. I don't know if I can use invaluable.
Disposable in a way.
Disposable we can be to anybody.
Absolutely. especially a system.
Yeah, because at the end of the
Absolutely.
day, you can have a great talent, but trust and believe. If you get sick or die tomorrow, or hell, when I had Bell's palsy, the service still went on, even though my face was crooked.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody donating. It was a couple people that gave me some money to help me through it, but some of these institutions I was a part of,
Yeah.
ain't nobody come me and check to say, while you're healing, let's take care of this.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely, because it's not set. The system isn't set to do that. It's to get as much from you as I can
Yep.
to make this thing work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to keep
That's
the
it.
machine going. So
Absolutely.
even when one part doesn't work, what do? Replace it.
Yeah.
That's it. And
But it
so-
also shows you how valuable you are
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the brand
Yes.
and
Absolutely.
to everything else. But it also shows me that I'm just a voice.
Yep.
I don't want nobody to ever, even down to my vocal students, when you leave my presence, I want your value to shoot up when you leave. That's why I give so
Yes.
many compliments and
Yeah.
try to make people feel good or ask them how they doing. Somebody can be suicidal, but that one question I ask them can change the rest of their life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the type of influencer I want to be, down to my content, to the videos I post, to future vlogs or anything. Everything needs to point
I think
people
that's
into
the future,
directions.
bro. I really think that's the wave. I think that's the future of what we look at as like this entertainment industry and all of
Yeah.
that. Because, like you said, we seeing all these people and they stuff being exposed.
Exposed, yeah.
But I think that where we're going now, I think people just want to connect to what's real. There's so
Yes.
much fake shit around us, if we, for the lack of a better word, like you literally don't know who is like authentic, or you don't
Yes,
know what's
everything's
right.
an aesthetic.
Yeah, and so it's just like this community that you're building, that we talk about building, even with Dream Lab and different things like that. This is to connect,
Yes,
and
sir.
that's what people want to do. They just
Yes.
want to
They
connect,
just
to
wanna connect.
fellowship.
Yeah.
All of that other stuff is extra. So within your community, if it grows to 1 million people, if within you dropping your project and 20 million people listening to it,
Yeah.
that's just a byproduct. It's the fact that you tapped into your authenticity.
Yeah.
And then you're operating within that, and you're growing that community that way. And so it's almost like you can't focus on that shiny
Yeah.
stuff. It's
Yeah.
gonna come.
Automatically. It's the residuals
It's
of
the
it.
residuals of it,
Absolutely.
yeah.
But we can't keep that. That can't be the forefront. That can't be all that we
Yeah.
focus on.
Yeah.
And when it's all that we focus on, you end up in situations like Diddy. So to transition,
Yeah.
because
Are
I
you insane?
did say I want to talk about this a little bit, and I don't want to talk about Diddy like him, right? But I want to talk about how this whole situation. Now we can put the glasses on. It's so much more than him. It's this situation has now exposed not only the industry,
Yeah.
but it's exposing people.
True.
It's exposing people's hearts. And so social media, and I'm sure you've seen people in their think
Pieces.
pieces about, Diddy and, Cassie and all this other stuff that's going on. And it's really, really like messing with me that I'm seeing so many men that,
That's the food.
yeah, Elise got it. You funny.
Chicken.
It's so crazy that there's so many men that are just, it's the stuff that they're saying, right? Like
Yeah.
there's so much about this we don't know. We only
Still
know,
don't know.
we only know a little bit.
Yeah.
We only know a little bit about what's going on in court. We only know a little bit about what's going on in that situation. We just looking at a few screenshots of text messages. And there's so many men that are victim blaming and taking the side of this person
abuser.
who's clearly the abuser, who's clearly the monster in the situation, and it's showing that there's a lot of healing that needs to take place within a lot of
Within-
people, because it's not
yes.
just men. I'm seeing
No, it's
women.
not.
I'm seeing women victim blame too.
Very much
and so
pygmies.
it's making me wonder, like, okay, your relationship with other women, or your mother or sister,
Oh,
or,
yes.
or were you a victim and nobody listened to you? Like, it's so much that's into that. So a part of me is like, try not to get upset, because you know that shit will
Yeah.
infuriate you. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I see why people are as ignorant as they are. But it's unfortunate, because this is a terrible situation.
Yes.
And Cassie ain't the only person that's involved in this.
No,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
she's not. And I think people for one got confused with the whole thing. They're like, oh, well, she already won the lawsuit. Why is she? This is a federal case, right?
This is about sex trafficking.
She was subpoenaed to be in court, or she was going to go to prison.
Yeah.
If I had a chance to testify against my abuser or go to jail, what am I doing? I'm going to get on the stand and sing like a bird.
Absolutely.
What do you mean?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And she's just one victim of many.
Yeah.
She was his girlfriend for years. But also, you have to think about the age difference there. You have to think about when he found her. She was like 17.
Young.
She was very young and impressionable.
Absolutely.
And there's a thing, Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
There's so many different things that you have to really think about when it comes to the situation.
Take into account.
So the guys that are, and even the girls, women and men who are online, you know, victim blaming and shaming and making it seem like, oh, well, why wouldn't she, or I would have done this. You don't really know what you would have done in the situation.
Absolutely.
You cannot ever say that until you are in the situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's my only issue with this is just, it's always the victim who gets the brunt of everything.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's crazy. She's getting penalized for speaking up for herself.
Yeah.
And it's not saying, I know a lot of people may say, well, why does she wait so long? You don't know what type of fear she was under or how things were planted in her mind to think he'll harm her, her family.
You don't know
cousins.
the conversations. You don't know what happened.
Because to me, it's this. I'm very careful to speak about stuff like this because I'm not a woman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not saying that women are weak because they're not, but there's a different type of strength a man has sometimes compared to a woman.
And it's not just a regular man, it's a man with power.
A man with power who got you on drugs.
You don't know what she's seen behind the scenes, like what he's done to other people.
That she can't even talk about.
Exactly.
But she's still trying to navigate being a mother, being a wife, so it's a lot. But it's the same thing with, I'm going to just speak on the Meg.
Yeah.
I don't know the full story of it,
but
I can only imagine even with her, having to relive it. Y'all keep talking about it. Y'all keep doing. It's like,
because at the end of the day, didn't she get shot in the foot?
Well, yeah, it's speculation.
So we don't know for sure.
Nobody knows. So that's the thing. Nobody truly knows for sure. Yeah. It's a matter of picking who do you believe. You know what I'm saying? Meg said he shot her. He didn't go to prison for shooting Meg. He went to prison for a gun charge.
Right, and that's what people are missing.
That's the issue that I have with social media.
Is
that it's so much information out there.
So much.
But it's like people, if you just did a quick little Google search, you can find out that what he went to jail for. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't actually shooting her.
And so, but people like to run with the story that feels good to them. It don't have to be the truth.
Yeah.
It could absolutely be a lie, but it makes better conversation.
But that's probably what's pissing Meg off because she's probably like, y'all keep bringing this up and y'all not understanding what really happened.
Yep.
But that's why, again, it's very touchy for me because even with like having goddaughters and having a nephew, like even stuff that we have to deal with like children saying such and such touched me or such and such did that, like I'm going to believe my child regardless.
Absolutely.
So it's very hard to hear these stories and not believe it because it's like, okay, I don't want to believe everybody believes that they're trying to get money, but no, what's really your story?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like coming from, so for me personally, and I can feel comfortable sharing this now at my 28 years of age, I was someone as a child who was, sexually assaulted, raped, and I didn't say anything. Wow. I was so afraid.
Yeah,
I was afraid that I would get in trouble by my parents. I was afraid to tell my mother because I didn't know if she could even understand something like that had happened. Disappointment. It was so many things that was going through my mind as a victim of that. You would think I'm gonna be like, I'm telling my daddy, or no. I was like,
everybody's mind is different. We think different. Your experiences shape you.
Growing up in the church. Automatically for me, I'm like, oh no, nobody can ever know about this.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
because you'll be shamed for telling the truth or getting help.
Yeah,
that's
and
sick.
it wasn't my fault. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then those questions come up. What were you wearing? were you
That don't
Why?
mean, that
What
don't
the
mean
hell
there
do
are
they-
so many things
Exactly.
that victims get asked when they come forward.
As if
and
they're
speak.
the ones
Yeah,
who
it's
brought
my
this
fault.
on. I
Yeah.
caused this.
It's
Maybe-
like Beyonce's mom when she did an interview about her book where something was wrong in her body and they had to do a pelvic check and she had some like bleeding from it. And she was saying that she didn't talk to her mom for a long time because she overheard her mom asking her dad, well, has she been having sex?
Yeah.
That wasn't even the case. They
And
were
it's
just trying to
just
figure
like
out what was wrong
we're
with
not
her.
even getting to the root of the issue. Like,
Yeah.
how do we get here? Okay,
Yeah.
And she was a
we'll
virgin.
get to all of that.
She
That's
was
what
a
I'm
virgin.
saying. Like,
She
our
never had
focus should
sex.
be the fact that
Yeah.
you need some help.
Yes.
Let's figure out how to help you. Let's get to the root of it
Facts.
instead of making it like it's almost like they're just trying to hurry up and just get to the this is why it happened because of what you were wearing, because of what
Yeah,
you said, because you were
exactly.
hanging around, and it's
But
just
that's
like
but that's still that doesn't make it right for me wearing booty shorts, tank top, sports bra is not an invitation for you to come and grope,
Yeah,
touch
it's
me,
just
or
not.
sexually assault
Absolutely.
me.
It's not.
That's not a just
it's
because
just
you
an
made,
expression of what they wearing. At the end of to
Maybe I'm
to
just-
the
maybe
smallest
genetics.
point, to the smallest point is just what they chose to wear that
Consent
day.
is
Yeah.
consent at the end of the day.
At the end
no
of the day.
means
No.
hell no.
Okay.
Hell no.
No means no. I don't understand why that's so hard for people to understand. There's literally an exhibit in a museum. I have to figure out where it is. But I seen it on TikTok. It's called the What Were You Wearing Museum, where people who have been sexually assaulted, and I'm talking about from babies on to grown adults, men and women, their clothes, the things that they were wearing when they were assaulted
Wow.
are on display. And you got onesies for babies. You got a couple bikinis, but you have sweaters, jeans. People are wearing full blown uniforms.
Which
being
lets us know
assaulted.
that
has nothing to do with
has
it.
nothing to do with
Has
it.
nothing to
I
do with
would
it.
weep through that entire
It sounds
museum.
like somebody doesn't have discipline. It sounds like somebody got something going on mentally.
Yeah.
It sounds like they got some internal issues.
A spirit
That's
of-
why
it's a
it
spirit of
happened. It ain't got
perversion. It's a
We
spirit
need
of
to start
perversion.
holding these abusers accountable.
Absolutely.
Period.
and
I
not
agree.
just throw them in jail, but get them psychological
Yeah,
help.
people
Yeah.
need help.
Y'all need to do a study on that to understand their mind.
Because just
And
throwing
ta-
them in
and take
jail,
them back.
that's just all it's doing is getting the state or whatever free labor.
Yep.
More money.
More money.
But it's not helping the person. So the person is and first of all, people that's in jail for a certain amount of time, a lot of times that messes up the mental even
Yeah,
more.
there's no rehabilitation,
Delusional.
and then they get out, and then it's like you've just uncaged an animal.
Wow.
That's pretty much
Wow.
what it is.
Yeah.
So just to think about, R. Kelly, now this is a very touchy subject. There's so much sexual trauma that he experienced growing up.
Exactly. And that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It goes back. It's related to something. So we
There's a
got to get
cycle.
to it.
Yeah, and y'all just locked him up. What?
Yep.
What are y'all?
Y'all just
helping
think,
him?
they say time heals all. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Sometimes
doesn't.
it just helps the issue fester.
That's
and
it.
then-
Because if you don't take care of something that's going on within your body over time, it's
yeah,
going to
it's
spread.
just gonna spread.
Like cancer.
Exactly. So,
Time gonna heal cancer.
nah.
Y'all
Most of
crazy.
the time, that thing kill you.
Okay.
Baby, take it out of here.
Jesus.
So let's
Leave.
let's transition. I have a question for y'all.
Okay. Your outfit sharp as hell, by the way.
Thank you, bro. I just kind of just threw it on together.
But the
something,
patterns
something.
work. Like throwing different
I
patterns.
got my feet out again today.
I wasn't gonna say nothing. You got some long ass toes though.
Hey,
Now wait a minute.
hey.
You can type with them motherfuckers. As you move them. I'm sorry, y'all. Because meanwhile, if I take off my sock, I'll kill the room.
Not kill the room. All right.
This is this foot. When I drop that drawer on it, it's just been black.
You dropped a drawer on your foot? I didn't know that.
Alta, they paid me for it too.
Mighty God.
This toe is a little darker. That's why before I go on my trip to LA, I'm gonna get
Are you getting your toes?
the color that's on my nail
Okay.
will be on my feet.
Beautiful.
Amen.
All right,
Okay,
sorry,
so
guys.
here's my question.
BFF thing. Sorry.
Here's my question. Have y'all ever been dumb in love?
No,
Yes.
Really? No?
no. I always was with somebody who was just lying or doing something that didn't make sense.
So you were never just in love and dumb? Okay, well, we'll come
Because
back to you.
I didn't really start dating until I was in college. Like my second year of community college.
How old were you?
Oh, maybe like 20. 19,
Yep, that's
20.
around the same time I started for
No,
real
no, no.
dating.
I graduated when I was 22. For some reason, it took me 3 years to get my associate's degree. I didn't start.
No judgment here.
I didn't start. I didn't.
Clearly, he
I
judged
did
himself.
one.
Oh God, I didn't become intimate and start really dating until I was probably 20. But that first relationship grew me up real quick. Where I was like, oh, nobody's ever going to play me again.
Okay, so you were dumb in love in that situation.
No, I wasn't, because I was catching on too fast and stuff wasn't making sense.
So it didn't last long? We'll come
You know,
back
the
to that. No, we're going to come back to that. We're going to come back to that.
Okay. What about
Jody,
you, sister? How you feel?
have you ever been dumb in love?
Tell me about this.
And you don't have to give, details, but,
No, I feel like I definitely was dumb in love at one point. Because I have a certain standard, and I know that if anybody else was doing certain things that person was doing, it would have been a no for me.
Got you.
But I stuck and stayed for a while.
Do you know why?
Because I'm loyal to a fault, and sometimes that can be a gift and a curse. Yeah, I don't like to give up. I think it's more so of a pride thing where it's just like I feel like I have to see something out. And I feel like it can be generational too. Because I watched my mom do it with my dad. She was with my dad for 20 plus years, and my dad was abusive, heroin addict, whatever you can think of.
Got you.
But she stayed for several reasons, mainly because of us, her children.
Yeah.
And she didn't want a failed marriage. She wanted us to grow up in a 2-parent household, even though that 2-parent household wasn't conducive or healthy.
Right.
Just the thought of that, she didn't want to fail.
Yeah.
So I think that for me, I kind of have that mindset in a certain sense. And also, I'm just a gracious person, I guess. I give chance after chance.
Yeah.
And even in the situations where I felt like, oh, that could never be me, it did end up being me at one point. And yeah, I stuck around because of the love I had for the person. I wanted them so badly to be different.
Wow.
And so I just, was like potential, but the potential never potentied. And see, that's the problem.
The potential, that might be the title of this episode. The potential, what now?
Never potentied.
Never potential.
And at that point, baby, gotta let it go.
Yeah. And here's the thing, like.
That was so good. That needs to be a song.
No, for real.
Called
for real.
Pinch Me.
Okay, now that's good. Going on
Somebody
it's not
pinch
me,
me.
it's you.
I'm for real. Somebody pinch me because I'm obviously dreaming.
I'm obviously stuck in this nightmare. And I
Yeah.
realized, because I've been in that situation. I was previously married, and I dealt with so much for so long.
Yes.
And you really don't hear that, I guess, or maybe just a lot of men don't speak up, but you don't really hear it from the men's perspective.
No, you don't.
You hear a lot of women say, I was loyal to a fault. I stayed because I wanted this to work, and I saw the potential. And I don't know if it was necessarily loyal to a fault, but it was more so of self-worth.
Yes.
And I realized that, this is my first real relationship. And then I was dealing with so much, but I think a lot of things played a part in it. I've heard this, and it makes sense that a lot of times the older sibling is usually the one that people look at as the one who sets the example, right?
Hell yeah.
Usually they're the good one. Usually they're always comparing the siblings to that one. That one is usually the one that is responsible. They watch the kids when the parents are gone. And so I realized that was me.
Hashtag me.
And I
it was
realized
all three of us.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
All of us are
I'm
the
the
oldest.
oldest.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so I realized that with that, I didn't want to show other people that I had a relationship that wasn't working.
Okay.
And so I was just trying to work this thing
Yeah.
out, dealing with this stuff silently, because I knew if I said something, it was over. So I had
That's a
to.
different perspective that you've never shared with me.
Hey, bro, it's just a process.
So did you feel like you had to be the example?
I mean, not necessarily the example, but I didn't like people looking at me as if I didn't do something right. I was this perfectionist.
Got you. Okay.
I always felt like, it had to be, people had to look at me and be like, good job. Because I was so used to getting praise when I was younger.
Yeah.
So when you get older, you don't want nobody to say that you're not doing. I remember
you never want to be a disappointment.
in school, a teacher, she was, again, one of my favorite teachers, but this teacher, she was trying to help me understand something that I just wasn't catching on, that she was teaching. And I was so used to knowing that when she pulled me to the side and was trying to help me, I kind of started crying, but I was holding back my tears because I didn't want to make it seem like I didn't know how to do something. You know, I don't know where that came from. I'm sure, again, like me being the oldest, that has something to do with it, but I'm sure other things do too.
It's a big responsibility.
And so when I'm in a relationship, in that particular relationship, I just kept enduring because I was trying to make this thing work, and I really just didn't know how to pivot. And then I think church played a major part in it too, because I was married, and then you know the whole divorce thing, and a lot of times we're told in church, you know, like we're always hearing this message of to suffer, to take it, to embrace it, and it's just like, okay, yeah, life brings you things that you just sometimes got to deal with, but that's not always the case.
It's not always the case.
And really, when it's going against you and who you are, but if you don't know who you are, if you're not tapped into who you are authentically, and you're just trying to please everybody else, you will find yourself in situations where you're wasting time. Where you find yourself getting married, where you know you're dealing with abuse, and I didn't deal with abuse, but I dealt with, you know, lying and cheating and different things like that for a long time. Emotional abuse. So it was like I had to get to a point, and I think everybody gets, if you deal with something long enough, you're going to get to a point where you get tired. Some people 6 months, some people 6 years. You see what I'm saying? So I always, you know, I ask the question, you know, have you ever been dumb in love? Because I mean, I wasn't dumb, but I was dumb.
In retrospect, that's what my first EP, Stupid Girl, was literally. If you listen to the interludes and the intro and things like that on that EP,
perfect.
It's that's exactly what I'm talking about. Why is it that when, especially for girls, they call us stupid when we get into something, and our love for a person overtakes our ability to think straight or whatever? It's like, I'm not stupid. I'm just, you know, trying to navigate this human, natural part of me. So yeah, definitely.
But that's kind of been like the undertone from a fan's perspective. I feel like that's been the undertone of Janice's music. It's always been like an empowerment thing that just comes from being okay, being vulnerable, but also being okay owning who you are. Like if you listen to all of her projects, there's something to take from it where it's like, okay, I look forward to being in love, but I don't want you to play with me. But I also want to make sure that I'm in my bag. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yes.
So all of that's why it was so interesting. It was interesting when you asked earlier, just like about her writing and how she talked about how authentic she was. Girl, you was authentic back then.
Yeah, which is crazy now that you say that. The way you just kind of put it into perspective makes me realize that there was a level of authenticity and transparency that I had then.
Give me one reason to walk right at the dawn.
I think it was just a little, it may have just felt more difficult to me then to be that way or to even own the stories I was writing about. I feel like now, definitely when you listen to it, the people who it's about is going to know it's about them, because that's how real it is now for me.
But every phase of your writing, I didn't know you around the Stupid Girl era. But again, from a fan perspective, because when I listen to music, I'm listening to like what's being said, how it's being presented, down to the album artwork. So like she had like this Toy Story block thing that spelled out Stupid Girl, but singing background for Johnny's too gave me a different perspective, because now I'm actually learning the words and hearing what she's saying, and I'm like, damn, like you wrote this when you was like 18? Like, nigga, what was you going through at 18? But it makes sense because all of us had to grow up a little faster because we were the oldest.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So you kind of like get rushed into these different things, and somebody like maybe one of my younger sisters who she ain't dealing with that shit. Like I might stick around for a little bit, but after a while, no, I didn't see this person deal with this, and they had that grace and that time to kind of like maneuver. But I know for sure, like you said, being the oldest, like you do kind of grow up fast, especially like when you're in a situation where my mom, like she worked during the day. Once I got old enough, I was watching.
We're co-parents at one point. If we have younger siblings, and this is something that I've been talking about with my therapist, and even something that I've had to come to terms with my mother too, which me and my mom are like best friends. But there's a conversation that is being had now, because as the oldest child, my dad being who he was, being absent most of the time, the responsibility was put on me.
Yeah.
Once I was old enough to stay home and watch the kids, I was at
That's
home
what you were
watching the
doing.
kids.
Yeah.
Once I got my car and my mama was at work, I was picking kids up from school.
Come
I was
on.
taking them. So
That's probably why I stay in the house now.
yeah, and that's why I enjoy my peace. Like I enjoy being I love living alone in complete just solace and silence because I grew up in a crazy house.
I see it now. Because when I call, I'm home.
I mean, when I tell you,
And my
That's
job
the
is like
best.
3 minutes from Johnny's house. I'm like, girl, what you doing? I'm at home.
at home.
It's the best. First of all, I already paid the bills here, so
Listen, I'm gonna use all the
You
rent
might
I
as
pay.
well enjoy
all
it.
of it.
Might as
What
well.
percentage of the rent have you used?
Huh?
This
now that's
month?
a question.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't.
And that's the thing. Like, I didn't pay this money to stay here. Nigga, I'm gonna stay here.
Okay.
Like, I do need to get out sometime, but
Yes.
at the same time, like,
I be
I
outside,
enjoy,
baby, the rent waiting on me.
I enjoy
Gym
my
memberships
peace.
y'all got that y'all not using.
Ooh,
Okay.
I enjoy my peace, but that's why I set up my stuff here. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I can create my home to be what I want to do, like,
Yeah.
I want a movie theater when we get a bigger home, a movie theater in there,
Yeah.
my own gym studio, all of that stuff. So I don't even have to go nowhere unless we going out to eat or something like that.
But to speak to you too, bro, like what I just said to Janice, the closer that me and you got as friends and you revealing more of your life story, I did understand your writing for the group
Yeah,
even more back then.
yeah,
And even the last record that we worked on.
yeah.
Like y'all really, we really put our hearts into the music. Like even though I know you're moving in a different direction musically, knowing you, I really understand those records back then because there was a place that you were searching for before you got with Elise and before having the baby.
Yeah.
That now a lot of your music makes even more sense to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, he low-key was silently going through this before we got close enough to even start talking about certain stuff.
Yeah, bro.
So it's like, it makes sense. Same thing for you. Doing background and us developing a relationship, I get your music even more now because I'm like, it took us to get closer for me to understand a lot of that material. But you, I know you in a different season, but I will
Yeah,
call
bro.
on the name of the Lord, like forever and always, loving me, blood of a champion, satisfied. We give like all of those songs that you wrote, I know came from those experiences that you had to experience.
That's the only way I'm gonna like something. Like, I'm so picky. So if it's not connecting to me, then I'm just like, I can't do it. Like, I don't see my, like, I don't know. Maybe this a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. But anyway,
It's amazing.
I
Because that's
wanna-
why y'all music so good.
I appreciate that, bro. Yeah.
Thank you, because
For
you
sure.
know.
Right.
Because Be Alright, you said it came from a place.
But this album this album has taken me more time than any record that I've ever written because of sitting under people like Buddy and her sitting in sessions to make sure that I'm just not throwing out anything.
Yeah.
This record means more to me than Changed and my other EPs. Now my other EPs and stuff are
and everything was
classics.
great, but
Everything
they
was
were.
great, but what
Yeah.
y'all not ready for is
But this
I'm
stuff
telling you.
here is
because I've heard
taking
I've
work.
heard Kev's other tracks for this project too.
y'all
It's taking
It's-
work. But I had to learn. I'm learning to be more authentically myself in my music versus just what I would give in the pulpit and on the stage.
Yeah,
And
because a lot of
that's been the
times that's you
challenge.
giving people what they want. You give them
And
what
not
they
giving
wanna
them
hear.
me.
I
Yeah.
feel like now you and your music are meeting. Like now
Yeah.
it's coming into alignment who you truly are at your core as a person and also your ministry and how you deliver it to people. And I told Kevin, I'm like, this is going to be something, there's a place, there's an audience for you.
Yeah,
Everybody's going to love you, but there is a specific group of people
that's going to
needs
go
to hear.
crazy when they hear it.
And when they hear it, they're going to be the people that you are really trying to captivate because
Yeah.
they need this.
Yes.
There's a group of people that need this. They need
Yeah.
your artistry. They need your ministry. They need to see who you are because there's a lot of people who are just like you.
Absolutely.
And they feel misplaced. They feel forgotten.
Mm.
They feel unseen. They feel unheard. But you are about to really literally catapult something that's going to literally just knock people off their feet. And it's going to cause an uproar.
Absolutely.
I'm coming
So
in
it's almost like no
Mufasa.
pressure but pressure, nigga, because you can't hold back now. You have to do it.
Yeah,
You have to be yourself.
necessary.
It's
This season gives you have to be you. If I am not 100% me, I'm going to miss the next wave.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what a lot of people they miss is that
I'm not.
moment to be themselves, and so they're just like, dang, okay, I missed it again. It's just like you gotta tap in, bro.
You
tap
died
in.
so I could be myself.
Huh?
You were yourself when you were here. Your method of teaching and healing and delivering people was unorthodox to what everybody else's
they
religion was.
scrutinized.
So what makes me believe that I have to do certain things
Yeah.
because of what people do? It's not biblical. He created within 7 days, took a nap, got back up, and went to check on his creation.
That is the message translation. This nigga said took a nap.
He did. No, because when with me doing my mentorship, I'm understanding that he was a creative God.
Yes.
Jesus was his own marketing billboard. He went to the temple, but he did majority of his stuff outside the church.
In the streets.
If I'm supposed to be like him, why am I trying to be stuck in a sanctuary?
Okay.
It's we're gonna do it. We're gonna do another church episode, like for real, because I think there's so much, especially people like us, that the church has affected our psyche, has affected how we move, the decisions that we make.
Yeah. And how we think about artistry.
Absolutely.
And our
like,
gifts.
Absolutely. God presenting something to you and you turn it down just because it doesn't line up with
what other people think that you should be doing.
And I was about to say somebody else's name, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But can we ask Johnny's before are we about to wrap up?
We're about to transition. We'll play this game real quick and then yes.
Okay, well, real quick. Can you speak to your confidence and your assurance in going from being a Kojic girl to being a beautiful representation of R&B music and how that was for you?
Man, I remember I was afraid to say damn. I was afraid to say hell. I was afraid to even just be expressive in my music and my writing to the point where other people were writing for me. And these people who were writing for me knew nothing about me, who I was,
wasn't hitting it. Yeah.
And so I went through a really a tough season of just really trying to figure out what works for me and also getting out of my head about what other people thought. Because growing up Kojic, I did have that fear. I had the fear of hell in me. There were certain things that I just didn't even want to talk about. But I knew they were all natural things of who I was. And the older I got, I was just like, you know what? Like, why am I sitting here trying to people please all of y'all church niggas? No offense, but why am I sitting here trying to appease y'all when at the end of the day,
and y'all not tapping into y'all own dreams?
Yeah, y'all not tapping into who. Once I started to see things, when I started to, take the rose-colored glasses off and realize that everybody has something, first of all, going on. Everybody has a vice. Everybody has things that maybe they have swept under the rug or put away in the closet that they're hiding. Everybody is human. Everybody is a person. And the gifts and talents that I have, God gave them to me. So if he's giving me messages, if he's giving me stories, if he's giving me songs to write, poems to write, because when I was younger, I was doing poetry and all of that stuff. And it's like, if he's giving all of this to me, what is he giving it to me for? Not to keep to myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, my art is still my ministry. The same way Kevin was just saying, Jesus was on the streets with the people.
Absolutely.
He was not sitting in a pew judging and pointing fingers at everybody else outside of the windows.
There's a lot of times some people in the church be too far gone. It's like this message is y'all not going to accept it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the people that can digest this.
Yeah, we live lives of love. We go through trauma. We go through turmoil. We go through stress. This social, economic, the political, all of that stuff are things that we literally live in life.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I just really had to embrace that and know that my music is a gift. It's a gift to someone. And it's glorifying God even still because he gave it to me to do. And I'm not sitting on it. It's not going to waste. And I love Jesus.
It's the fact that you're doing it.
Yeah, it's the fact that I'm doing it. That's still giving him honor. I'm not, promoting, death and violence and all of that stuff.
And it's not
ain't hurt nobody.
It's not super sexual. Like Johnny's music, it's just, again, from a best friend perspective and a fan perspective, Johnny's music to me is perfect.
It's very good.
If you're gonna say she's a gospel she sings at church and does R&B. To me, Johnny's does it so.
You know what's so funny
tastefully.
about that? Niggas can work in the culinary ministry and nobody says anything that they work at Subway.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or and it goes back to
That was good. Almost.
That was real good. That was real
Screamed.
good. For
Because
real,
we
though.
don't. Like, you work in the finance ministry at church and work at the bank and nobody says anything.
And nobody says
But because
a
I
thing.
can sing and then I'm singing. But again, Johnny's music is just. If you listen to the music, it either motivates you to stop doing something or start doing something. Like
Yeah.
nothing about it is overly sexual. Like when I first met Johnny's, that was the first conversation that we had was, brother, they want me to be this, but I'm choosing to be this.
Yeah.
She still has a standard, but she's also offering us music that's needed
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
Write It On My Heart, Come Over.
So when is the new project coming out?
So there's a
me
projected
sip.
date for that, but I'm not going to tell y'all that. Just be on the lookout. It's not completed yet. We are nearing the end. I'm very close. But I'm also very protective over it because I want to make sure that it's right. I feel like this is a reintroduction of who I am. Everybody knows a certain version of me, which I was very young when I released my first EP. It was a version of me, but it's nowhere near who I am now. So many things have taken place. So many transitions have happened since 2019. So, this is a reintroduction of who I am. And I want to make sure that it's completely right. I do have a perfectionist
I feel that.
personality. So, but it's coming real soon. Within the next couple months, y'all can be expecting something. And I do have a single that is going to be dropping very, very soon.
Very, very soon.
So yeah, it's happening.
I'm excited.
I'm very
for you.
excited about it.
Yeah, I believe it's truly going to be incredible. Like, just off the stuff that I heard alone, I'm just like, I would listen, and I'm not like, I'm real old school, like, but I would listen to it, like, and not just because I know you, like, it's very good.
Thank you.
It's very evolved.
Yeah, it's
If you've been
the
following
writing,
her from
like,
the beginning,
like you just went
evolved.
for it, like,
Yeah.
like there's nothing holding you back. Like, you were just like, no, I have something to say,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say it, and that's the best.
I had to let go of that fear of what other people would think.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't give
Yeah.
a damn. Okay.
I don't give a. That's the name of my project. I don't give a damn.
Honestly.
thank you for not giving a damn.
Thank you. But let's transition real quick before we go. Okay, yeah. So we got a couple more minutes. I want to play a quick game.
Okay, let's
Now,
do it.
now this game we're playing it a little differently. Have you ever heard the game? What is it? Marry, fuck, kill. Have you ever heard that?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of that?
No. What?
So basically, this is not what we're doing. But usually it's 3 people. They give you 3 people and they say, "All right, marry, fuck, kill," and then you choose out of the 3.
So what
Which
we
one you
do?
would marry?
That's what we want to do?
We're doing it with songs though, and marry is we keep the song forever, like keep it
Okay.
where it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
I don't. What is it? Fuck is gonna be like basically kind of like a once every now and then, but other than that, you don't hear it. And then
scared to
kill is gotta get out of here.
Okay.
I'm scared to hear the song.
It's gotta get out of here.
Lord, please don't let it be nothing that I really love.
All right, so here we go. Round 1. Can we talk? Tevin Campbell, Pony, Genuine, back at 1, Brian McKnight.
Okay.
Who's back at 1?
One, you're like a dream come true.
Can we talk, Mary?
Yes.
For sure.
Brian
Yes.
McKnight.
Agreed.
F.
Yeah.
That other song.
Pony?
Tony?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and kick Brian to the curb.
Yeah, now that
gonna
I'm
put
thinking
Pony
about
at
it.
two?
Be daddy.
Huh?
Y'all gonna put Pony at 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would fuck Pony. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If you
And it's one of those songs that
let's
you
do
fuck to,
it.
so,
Come
you know.
on, ride it,
My pony.
my saddles, waiting. Yeah,
Okay, now that I hear it.
Yeah, exactly. First of all, when it
One.
comes on, boom,
yeah,
boom,
That's the wrong song. So
yeah. That's so.
Oh,
anxious.
shit.
But I mean, those
Hey,
that's
hey,
a hit
that's
too.
a good one, too. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Johnny's just like, you the wrong song. I'm like, so. Hey.
All right. So round 2, here we go.
I agree with everything. Ratatouille.
Okay. Round 2, you're stupid. This one's called 2000s Girl Group Energy. So we got Say My Name, Destiny's Child.
Mary.
No Scrubs, TLC.
Okay, what's the
He
other one?
Loves Me, Jill Scott.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Exactly.
Well, Say My Name for me is going to be Mary because Destiny Child shaped my life.
Yeah, I agree with
Now,
that.
He Loves Me, Jill
I'm
Scott
fucked.
is a classic to me.
Yeah.
It is. It's a classic.
But No Scrubs is too, because
Classic.
a scrub is a guy that thinks he's fine. And also known as a buster. Always thinking about what he got.
to just
Sits on his broke ass. So, no.
I don't.
That's hard.
Yeah. I don't.
That is hard.
I'm still gonna kill that one though.
What'd you say, girl groups, though?
And Jill Scott.
They
Jill
said
Scott-
girl. Well, I don't. ChatGPT did it, so sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's hard because one of my students is actually singing it right now, and I'm falling in love with that. But No Scrubs is it's
He
it's a
Loves Me
classic.
just reminds me of summer
It's
evening.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's childhood.
I low key might marry He Loves Me. Actually. Actually.
I'm gonna go with No Scrubs because it just it gives my mama had a white Explorer.
Special.
Destiny Child. So Say My Name.
Yeah.
I was addicted to the Survivor album. Then I went back to Writings on the Wall and fell in love with those songs. Say My Name. That's a marry me for me.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm gonna let y'all pick the other ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Mary, Say My Name.
Okay.
Fuck, He Loves Me, and No Scrubs.
Yeah,
can
No
go.
Scrubs is like.
Because even though I love that song, I don't have to have it.
Out of those three, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Out of those three, yeah.
That's your No Scrubs. I love that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Scrubs.
All right. Round 3.
Okay.
Gospel vibes.
Uh-oh.
This should be very easy.
Let's see.
Number 1, Never Would Have Made It, Marvin Sapp. Number 2, Break Every Chain, Tasha Cobbs. Number 3, Stump, Kurt Franklin, God's Prophet.
Stomp Mary.
For sure. For sure.
And I mean Stomp Mary J. Blige.
Mary
Mary J. Blige.
When
When I think about the the goodness of God. That's
Yeah.
I can love you.
Yeah. Kurt Franklin's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he's-
Yeah, sorry.
Never Would Have Made It. Because this is gospel, I'm going to say F.
I'm gonna say Kill.
Really? Break Every Chain can get though.
Nah, it depends on who. I Break Every Chain in certain environments works. Never Would Have Made It just gives funeral.
It just gives, and I think probably that's why I'm just like over it because I get
That's true.
requests to sing that a
That's
lot
fair.
at funerals.
That's very fair.
It's just, it's old. It's late.
I feel it. Okay.
I
love
haven't
you,
heard Break
Marvin.
Every Chain in a while.
I haven't heard it in a while,
People haven't really sang that in a while.
but I think my old church, I think the dancers dance to it a lot.
Now, praise dancing will make you hate a song.
mean, hate. I said again.
we love y'all praise dancers.
that
but
and what's the other one? Praise him with a Timberland dance.
Yes.
Oh yeah, both of them songs
was
can
my
go to
shit, though.
hell.
I know
All right.
that song I ate up.
Oh, praise him. Oh, praise him.
Oh yeah, not y'all know the parts.
Oh, praise him. That was
All right.
a classic, Dre.
All right, let's see. Oh yeah,
there
we got
any
time.
more?
Yeah, we got a few
Okay.
more. All right, this one's Neo Soul Royalty. We got
They should have put Jill in that one.
Right.
hey.
Come on, ChatGPT.
I know
what y'all
Angie Stone
doing?
better be in this one.
My
Ant.
sunshine
No.
has come.
All right, Neo Soul. So here we got On and On by Erykah Badu.
Mary.
Brown Sugar, D'Angelo.
Oh,
I want some of your
So they got 2 D'Angelo songs in here. There's so many others they could have picked, but the third one is How Does It Feel?
Ooh, when I tell you when I was a little girl, I used to be trying to go up to the TV screen and look down to see if I could see the rest of what was going on.
You're crazy.
I was. I said, ooh, there
That used to come on. My grandma used to be like, turn that off.
Ooh, they used to get up close to them abs. They was all shiny, and I used to try to see.
and that's when Angie Stone was with him.
Oh. So she technically is in this category.
Yeah, Angie Stone was with him.
No, I'm saying since she was with him, she's technically in this category.
Our girls.
But I'm trying to think.
She made her
Because
way.
How Does It Feel is such a classic. What was the other one she said?
Brown Sugar and then On and On.
Brown Sugar was my. I love the movie Brown Sugar too.
Brown sugar, babe. Yeah.
But what's more on the classic side? Okay,
On and
Brown
On.
Sugar. Yeah.
I performed that for so many years.
Yeah.
With $3 and 6 dimes.
You need to put that
Yeah.
back in
You
the
mad
set
like-
list. Yeah.
Cause you did not do your math.
Ooh.
Like 1, 2, 3.
I don't know the words. I never know words.
Keeps turning. Yeah. Oh, what a day. What a day. What a day. A man that knows nothing knows that he knows nothing at all. Does it feel colder in your summertime and hotter in your fall?
Oh yeah. That song
That's
is
Mary.
Sorry.
That's to Mary.
As
Why would
you're
you eat
singing
that
it-
like that, Johnny?
As you're singing it, I'm like,
You made me
Yeah.
drop my jaw.
yeah, that's the one. That's the
Gosh,
one.
my
Mary.
best friend can sing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
I'm gonna marry that
Mary
So
one.
on
how does
and
it
on.
feel?
Fuck.
Yeah, and then brown
Yeah.
sugar.
Yeah.
I guess that one
unfortunately.
can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like we don't have any hard feelings towards
No,
these
no, no,
songs.
no.
It's just a game.
It
Just
made
to
a
pick the
movie.
best
It made a
one.
movie,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
those
All right.
two are like classics.
All right, so this one says Black Wedding Favorites, even though one of these songs is not
Let's
a wedding
see.
song. But
Let's see.
anyway,
Let's see.
we got Ribbon in the Sky, Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
All My Life, Casey and JoJo. And then it's So Anxious, Genuine, which isn't.
They could have put
we can
Luther
throw that out.
Vandross.
Yeah. Yeah. It,
Roman number 7,
I just knew it. I just knew it. So, okay, yeah. So Anxious can definitely just get out
Yeah,
of
we
there.
can just kill that right away.
I'm marrying
That's not
Ribbon in the
wedding.
Sky. That was the
Marrying
first song I
Ribbon.
learned how to play.
For so long, on this night
Yeah,
I
that's more
pray.
marriage proposal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're marrying that. What was the other one?
All My Life, Casey and JoJo.
All My Life. Yeah, we can fuck that one.
Yep.
But that's definitely wedding reception.
I would never find another lover.
Because he meant that
you, sweeter than me. Then he wasted the other half of the verse talking about close to me you're like my brother, close to me you're like my sister, close to me you're like my mother, close to nigga.
okay, close to you be like
your
your
grandma.
family.
Okay,
Everybody.
You could have wrapped everybody up in just one sentence, dog. All right, next one, club bangers. We got Usher, Hot in Here, Nelly.
Are you crazy?
I know. Get Low, Lil Jon.
Get low. We was just to the window.
that's got to be a marriage.
To the wall,
to the wall.
To the sweat drop down my balls.
All these females cry. Ski, mother. When I heard that as a kid, like most of us,
Listen.
I was like,
Listen.
Let's go. That shit funky, baby.
Listen.
What?
I got in trouble in 6th grade. I got detention for singing Hot in Here. It was right after a field trip, and it was hot as hell outside. And we were in the class, and it was quiet. We talking about integers, and I came out of nowhere. I said, "It's getting hot in here."
You got in
so
trouble because
take
everybody
off
started
all your
laughing,
clothes.
probably.
I got in trouble because
I just
the
knew
teacher
you did
said,
the I am getting
did.
so hot.
I mean,
I
full
want to take
blown.
my clothes off.
and she wrote in the description that I threatened to take my clothes off in front of the class.
She was
That's
white.
crazy.
And I got detention.
She was white.
That's
She was
crazy.
white. And so gonna go ahead and put that at kill.
Kill, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I'm marrying, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a classic to me.
in the club
With my homies, tryna get a little B.I. Get it down on the low key. No one in E. I seen the shit she was checking up on me. By the things that she kicking in my ear, I could tell that she know me. And ready to leave. So she said to come get me.
Oh, yeah.
She got me feeling like she's ready to go. Watch out, oh, watch. And then to come get me. So I got up and followed her to the floor. She said, baby, let's go. And then I told her, I said, yeah. So come to get me.
Yeah, I'm marrying that one.
Next thing I knew, she was all up on me screaming, yeah.
Oh, my God. All right. So, okay. Yeah. Are we marrying, yeah?
I think
I'm about
so.
to say-
'Cause with me being
Because
the
the other
wedding
one,
band,
Get Low.
Nah.
to the windows, to the wall.
Compared to yeah, I'm going with yeah off that.
Well, from a singer's perspective, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We could marry, yeah.
We can
Okay.
marry.
And we can fuck to the windows, to the wall.
Yeah, but Hot in Here, you're out of here,
Bye,
Buster.
Nelly.
So, all right. This one is I hate that they put two of the same artists in this category again. But it's called Modern Queens. So we got Cuff It, Beyonce. Good Days, SZA.
Oh.
And Kill Bill by SZA.
Okay. So yeah, definitely Cuff It, Mary.
Sing it. Sing that out. Oh, that's the one that was.
like falling in love.
Yeah.
I like the. What's the other
The
song on that
slower
album?
one?
I feel.
Nope. Plastic on the Sofa.
Oh, yes.
I love that song. I think it's just the way it comes in with the and the way she approached it vocally.
Yeah.
I think we should all go to Vegas to see it. I just want to.
Are you paying for this?
No, I can
I'm
definitely
I'm
pay
talking,
for the
I'm
room.
talking
though.
shit. I'm talking shit.
No, I mean,
I'm going because I want to go to Vegas.
I do want to.
Let me know.
I think I want to go to Vegas to see it, only because I'm more inspired to go now because I just want to see it for myself.
Yeah.
Because of how she's tied everything in.
Yeah.
I didn't buy a ticket at first because I just thought it was just too much. But the tickets in Vegas are like $3 something to be right in the middle, and I'm not against paying that.
So I'm not either.
I honestly
September,
like,
so-
and I haven't gone to a
perfect.
lot of different concerts, but I definitely would.
You've never been to a Beyonce concert?
I've never been.
Oh,
to a
you would have
Beyonce concert.
gagged at Renaissance because Renaissance Beyonce, and again, it's not a gay
Off the
thing.
no,
or anything.
I don't care about that shit. Off of
No,
the
no, no.
clips that I saw,
You
was
have to
so
witness it.
good.
I could
She's
imagine
she's
her
an
and Michael Jackson
entertainer.
doing
Yeah.
a tour together. If Michael was alive, a Beyonce and Michael Jackson
would
tour
faint.
would have.
Yeah. I
would faint.
lose my mind.
Almost
Front row,
cussed.
nigga. I'm gonna see everything.
Okay.
Beyonce
Give me
and Michael
backstage
Jackson
passes,
together
and they
would
don't
have
have them.
ate down
I would
Yes.
have fainted.
because they think alike. Visually,
Yeah.
could you
Visually.
imagine Thriller on them big LED screens? Michael would have ate these girls up.
First of all, them backgrounds on that song is so classic. I don't know if didn't I send it to you?
Yes, and the whole breakdown, I
The
was just
whole
like,
breakdown-
I
I
couldn't
said-
believe all of that was happening in those vocals.
Because they layered it so
Oh my
well.
gosh.
But to
Quincy.
know that
Yeah, Quincy Jones is second to none.
Brandy's Full Moon and
Oh.
Michael's Invincible album were produced by the same people, came out at
Man.
the same time.
Man.
He's the reason
And
Brandy
Invincible
does
was
what she does.
slept
Yes.
on so bad.
Heaven Couldn't Wait for You is
Nigga.
my
Nigga.
student learned that song and I cannot shake it.
Nigga.
Baby, alone. I don't hold you. There's a chance I'll take. Baby, I'll stay. Heaven can wait. No. Michael, you dead, but I hope you hear this clap.
Yeah, I hope you hear this. All right, let's get to this next one before we go.
Because I gotta pee.
Okay, 2000s Rap Kings. 99 Problems, Jay-Z. Through the Wire, Kanye West. What You Know, T.I. What's What You Know?
What
you know about that?
Okay.
What you kill? No offense,
sure.
T.I.
Yeah, I'm going to marry Through the Wire.
I'm definitely gonna marry Through the Wire because
I don't remember
that
that
was
one.
my.
Through the Wire. Well, that's the sample that he used.
Yeah, he used that
I
sample.
don't remember that one, but I'm gonna go with it.
That,
love
whole
Kanye.
album.
That was classic Kanye.
That was classic Kanye before he lost
You know.
his mind.
You know. So, we're going to marry Through the Wire.
Yes.
We're going to fuck 99 Problems.
Yeah, I got 99 pounds in
Yeah.
chain one.
And then What You Know
Classic.
can get out of here.
Yeah.
All right. So, last one. Heartbreak Hits. Y'all silly. We Belong Together, Mariah Carey.
Oh,
Yes.
that's either gonna be one or two.
Burn, Usher.
Oh.
Exactly. And then Irreplaceable, Beyonce.
Oh.
This is a great closer.
Mariah's gotta go.
Mariah's gotta go.
Gotta
baby.
go.
Sorry, mannequin.
She has to. Gotta
Sorry,
go.
Mariah.
For you to
We'll
go.
thaw you out for Christmas.
That's
Okay,
it.
what's the other two?
Burn, Usher, and then Irreplaceable, Beyonce.
I'm sorry, B.
To the left, to the left.
Yeah, I'm about to say Burn
We could fuck. We could fuck to the left.
Yeah,
for
but
sure. But
Usher, Let It
Burn,
Burn
yeah.
is that one.
it's that
It's getting
one.
hard for me to say it, but it's feeling from my heart. It's been a long time coming. We've been fell apart.
I really wanna work this out, but I don't think it's gonna change it.
I don't know.
But it's since we go our separate ways, tell me why I should stay in this relationship.
Yep.
But I'm not, baby. I ain't happy, baby, 'cause there's so many other things I gotta deal with. I think that you should let it burn. Come on, man. The same in your body don't want you. 'Cause you know, gonna let it go. 'Cause my body ain't jumping like it used to.
All
Let
right.
it burn.
All right, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Let
We
it
gotta go.
burn. Gotta let it burn.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Only do that.
I need y'all to give it up for Jody one more time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for coming
Thank you for
again.
having
Yes,
me.
Robert
I
too.
love
Again.
it here. Dream
It's-
Lab.
Okay.
I am one of y'all biggest fans.
Yeah, you definitely got to be like just a reoccurring guest
You
sometime.
know, I
for
would love
sure,
to be a
for
recurring
sure.
guest.
For
Oh my
sure.
God.
Come
It's always
through.
the light skins versus the dark one.
Oh, Lord.
All right, with that being
Our chocolate
said,
baby, we love him.
y'all go ahead, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. We gotta go. Camera's about to die, and our food is here. Kev gotta pee.
Time to eat.
Love y'all. Thank you
Love
so
y'all.
much. We out.
Peace out.